Good evening, One players from all over the world, particularly to those watching in Southeast Asia. Sawadee Krap to our friends in Thailand. Selamat datang if you're watching in Malaysia. They're the teams that are in action tonight in the first ever game in Group A in the One Play Sports Sea Champions Cup. Now, the man to my right, resplendent in his Back to the Future t-shirt. He is the Marty McFly to my Doc Brown. It's back to the knitting.
Hi guys.
Good to see you, buddy. I'm excited about this. Look what we've done to the One Play Sports esports spectrum. It looks absolutely sensational.
It's
no
magical.
expense spared. We got rid of the desk. We've got the decorators in, and it looks great, doesn't it?
It looks fantastic, and we got 8 nations participating today who are going to hopefully entertain us over the next few weeks. So really looking forward to this.
Yeah, 16 match nights in total. We'll be with you for just over another 5 weeks. That, of course, is an addition to the One Play Pro Club Challenge. It's also going on. That reaches the round of 16 stage at the weekend. But we're concentrating tonight on this incredible initiative. Now, if you are familiar, I'm sure you are if you're watching in Southeast Asia, with the AFF Suzuki Cup, it's an identical format, but of course we're playing on FIFA 20. Let's run you through the prize money that's on offer. $2,500 in total. The 8 nations: Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Brunei and the Philippines. It starts tonight and we're with you every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday at 11 p.m. Singapore time. That's GMT +8. It's all live and exclusive right here on One Play Sports. Now, if you missed us last week, we conducted an official draw for this. There was no suggestion of skullduggery. Nitin and our dear friend from our tournament organisers, VPG, Virtual Pro Gaming, Youssef, conducted the draw. And these are the balls that they plucked out. So if you don't like the draw, it's their fault. Group A is no question the group of death, Nitin.
Yeah, Thailand, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam. Thailand and Malaysia are starting the tournaments as favourites, so for them to be grouped together in the early stage is a problem for both teams. Vietnam is the dark horse of this group. We know they have talented players, and with regards to Brunei, they're a bit of an unknown quantity, but unknown quantities can be dangerous.
Yeah, Vietnam and Malaysia, that when they meet in the group stage will be a repeat of the actual real AFF Suzuki Cup final in 2018. Now on to Group B, where Singapore, you did them a favour by picking the non-seeded teams out there. They avoided Vietnam, but the Philippines and definitely Indonesia will provide a tough test.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, to be fair, I think all 8 countries will come well prepared. So whichever group you're in, whether it's Group A or Group B, expect a tough time.
Now, let's run you through those fixtures. These are the dates for your diary. We want you with us, of course, every night. There's 6 nights a week of action. The only night we've got off in FIFA now is Monday nights. But these are the dates for your diary for the group stage fixtures. Group A gets underway tonight with Thailand, Malaysia. The other 2 teams in Group A meet on Friday. Then we turn to Group B on Sunday with Singapore against the Philippines. I'm really looking forward to that one. That, for me, actually, is the tie of the first batch of group games. Indonesia and Myanmar is Wednesday a week tonight. Moving on to Thailand's clash against Brunei, then Malaysia, Vietnam, that game, the repeat of the 2018 AFF Suzuki Cup final. The Philippines and Myanmar, the 2 unseeded teams in Group B, battle it out on Wednesday, May the 20th. Singapore, Indonesia on May the 27th. You'll see there's a 7-day gap, and that, of course, is to pay our respects to our Muslim friends with Hari Raya. May 29th is Thailand and Vietnam. That's another big boys clash. Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Singapore and Myanmar conclude the group stages on June the 5th. And just like the AFF Suzuki Cup, once we're done with the group stages, we move to the top 2 teams in each group in the semi-finals, Nitin. Yeah. So the way the draw's looking, who do you think is looking at that draw thinking we're going to get through to the final? I spoke to Youssef earlier. He fancies Singapore could make a run to the final. He's not sure they can win it, but certainly Singapore will be confident from getting out of Group B. Yeah,
definitely. I think Singapore and Indonesia will look at Group B and think they've got a good route into the semi-finals, whereas Malaysia and Thailand are the favourites in Group A, so I expect them to go through, but I'm expecting a lot from Vietnam and Brunei as well.
Now, I've got my phone out because we're all about interaction here on One Play Sports. It's all about the LSFC. Tell them what it means, Nitin.
Like, share, follow and comment. The One Play Sports page is going to be filled with esports, namely from FIFA, over the coming weeks. So like, share, follow and comment,
And
please.
The One Play Sports motto of connecting communities and creating heroes has never been as prevalent as it is today, because we're going to create heroes with this One Play Sports Sea Nations Cup, and not only that, we're going to connect communities. More on that in a couple of moments' time. Now, you can contact us via email, studio@oneplaysports.com. Use that as opposed to the Facebook comments page if you want a shout out in advance. You can book a shout out during your nation's game. We'll check the emails and give you due prominence. And it's been great on the One Play Pro Club Challenge. We've had so much interaction. We've given as many people a mention on air as we can, and great to see so many people embracing One Play Sports as we take this venture into the esports sphere.
Yeah, definitely. I'd even go as far as to say we've got a few fans who watch every episode, so really appreciative, guys. Do keep supporting us and keep dropping your comments.
Yeah, to that end, let's go to Sarawak Edition. Says, go, go, go Malaysia. The Malaysians all out on force. The usual knitting fan club are there.
Hey.
Ali Fusel sells LSFC. He's with us, bro. Nice to have you there. Ahmad says, I think he was from Sarawak. Ahmad Salfuddin is with us. Ali Abu, Nawazi Abdul Hamid. We've got VPG Singapore watching, as they would, bearing in mind that they're co-organisers. Great to see Danny Dujas as well. A friend of mine is tuning in. Danny, you're very welcome to watch this One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Now, as part of our mission to get interactive with you and connect communities, we were talking about how we were going to bring this competition to you. And of course, we've got the One Play Pro Club Challenge continuing. That continues tomorrow night. So that's the club game. We can bring you together there for the round of 32 clash that will bring you between the two Malaysian teams, the Worst Generation and Kerapak VFC. They play tomorrow. And that's the last slot available in the round of 16 that's going to be up for grabs tomorrow. Malaysia, heartbreak for the Malaysians yesterday against Brotherhood VN. They'll be looking to make it 4 Malaysian teams through to the round of 16. Well, they're guaranteed to have 4 now, aren't they? Because a Malaysian team will win. But the Worst Generation, one of the top teams we're hearing.
Yeah, they are the Asian Champions League winners, so these guys have a tremendous pedigree. I've also heard they've signed 3 FUT verified players, so lots of quality on show tomorrow night. Do join us.
So that's what we're doing. We're building communities. We're getting the clubs involved at national level. We're bringing them together for that Pan-Asian tournament. And now we step it up a notch because we're talking about nations. Now, during this COVID-19 crisis, it's been tough for everyone. And my heart goes out to all those that have been adversely affected. We're blessed here at One Play Sports to be able to continue bringing you the good content that entertains you through the day and, of course, the FIFA in the evening. But we're asking you, doesn't matter if you're not a gamer, we're asking you to get involved here because it's not just about community pride, it's about national pride. And your country needs you. This is how you can be part of our pre-show. Send us your videos singing your national anthem and you could start in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup pre-show. You just got to film yourself, or your family can be a boyfriend and girlfriend doing it together. You can get your kids to do it, you can get your friends to do it, get your neighbours to do it. Sing your national anthem, film it in landscape mode so it's easy for us to broadcast, and you can send those anthems, and we're looking for the 8 nations you see on the graphic there to studio@oneplaysports.com, or you can WhatsApp. Tell them the phone number, Nitin, for WhatsApp.
Yeah, 97217756. So guys, please don't be shy. We want your support. We want you to get involved, and we want to feature you on the program. So please do get involved.
And just to give you a little pre-tease here, standing by in Thailand and Malaysia, we've got 2, particularly Malaysia, 2 incredible renditions to bring you of the national anthems of our 2 competing teams tonight. And our 2 competing teams tonight, they'll play 2 games. The first one at the Raja Mangala of Thailand, and the second one in Bukit Jalil in Malaysia are Thailand and Malaysia. It's the first game of this 2020 One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Really looking forward to it, Nitin.
Yeah, 2 top quality sides on show today. No better way to kick off the show, in my opinion. Malaysia versus Thailand doesn't get bigger than this.
So I think the team news is in, is it, I'm being told? We can cross now to the teams for Nitin to tell you who. So plenty of names that will be familiar to you from the One Play Pro Club Challenge, Nitin, because Thailand dominated by that team Cat Nino, who thumped Densetsu 7-0. They gave them an absolute spanking, and there's quality all the way through that Thai lineup. We heard, didn't we, from Toss interviewing their captain earlier, Sixit, I think it was, the captain of the Thai team, who goes under the handle of login 2KTH on the pitch. He was saying the only thing I think Thailand are worried about is the connectivity issues that could affect them.
Yeah, I think that's a problem being faced worldwide as everybody's at home and everyone's connected to the internet, so the servers are definitely going to be much slower. With regards to Thailand's formation, they're playing a 4-3-3. They've got 6 players from Cat Nino who destroyed Densetsu in the One Play Pro Club Challenge 7-0 on aggregate. Players to look out for is definitely Wu Yangping, their striker. That guy scored 5 goals.
Leading goal scorer in the competition so far.
Leading goal scorer in the competition. Scored 5 goals over 2 legs. Scored an amazing goal from the left. So do keep an eye out for him. He's going to be superb today. With regards to Malaysia, they're playing a 4-3-3 as well. The Malaysian team is a bit more mixed. They have players from X-Force United, Kita Kita, Amigos, Angkatsuki, La Roja, and Manok Gasa. And their key player will be their right winger, Mr. Fifido.
Yeah.
He's got 3 goals in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, all against ones to watch. So 2 key attackers that are definitely going to shine for their side today.
Yeah, Fifido, a hat-trick for Manak Gasak, but of course it was in a losing effort. Fifido out of the One Play Pro Club Challenge, but he could put that right by giving Malaysia a big run through out of the group stage in this One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Really looking forward to this. But now, it's something I've been looking forward to all week. We're taking this very seriously. This is international competition. We're going to be crossing live to both Malaysia and Thailand for the national anthems. As I said earlier, if you want to have a go at singing your nation's anthem, video it and send it to us to the email and phone number we'll provide you later on, as well as the number and email that we showed you earlier. First, we can say Sawadee Cup to our friends in Thailand. Wherever you are in the world, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Thailand to be sung by our dear friend Woon Team, who has a link to the side because he's the next door neighbour of the player manager Vibram. So, the national anthem of Thailand.
ไทยรวมเนื้อชาติไทยเป็นประชารัฐพระไทยผู้ไทยทุกส่วนอยู่ดำรงคงไว้ได้ทั้งมวลด้วยเทนร่วนไม้รักที่ไทยนี่รักสงบแต่ถึงรบไม่ขาดเอกราชจะให้ทุกทีสละเลือดทุกอย่างชาติท่านเลยต้องเกิดใจวิ่งใจ
Marvellous
Fantastic.
stuff from Woon Team there over in Bangkok. Great to have the Thai national anthem here live on One Play Sports this evening. Now, you are in for a real treat. We're waiting for you to send your entries in to sing the anthem, so we asked the players to get involved. We couldn't find anyone from Thailand. That's why Woon Team, the next door neighbour, did it. But boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat. The Malaysian national anthem, Negaraku, is going to be sung by the children of their goalkeeper, Izu. And those children are Izara, Aisha, Izara Arin and Aaron Faritz. Here is Please Remain Standing for the national anthem of Malaysia. Oh, that's absolutely sensational work. Many thanks
Fantastic.
to Aisha, Aaron and Aaron. That was great, guys. Now, that's a very high benchmark for you to beat. But get your friends, get your family. You were all stuck at home. You can have a bit of fun with it. Get the national anthem up on YouTube and record yourself singing it, landscape mode, on your phones, and email it to us here at studio@oneplaysports.com. We'll give you that phone number again at the end of the show. Now, time for me to check in through my earpiece with our match director, our tournament director, Youssef from VPG, Virtual Pro Gaming, and I can confirm for the first time in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, we can go live to the Raja Mangala for the Group A clash between Thailand and Malaysia. Enjoy, everyone. Oh, being told now, hold on, it's a false alarm. They've had to reset. Connectivity issues. Now, that's an interesting, it's done us a favour because it gives us a chance to talk more about the connection problems that blight some of these games. Now, for those at home that aren't familiar with FIFA generally, and particularly the Pro Club format where you're trying to connect 22 players, obviously dotted all over their respective countries, how difficult is it and how much are you reliant on a good internet connection?
Okay, so let me just put it this way. In terms of on a normal day before this whole COVID situation where everybody's online, it would have been hard to get a good connection in pro clubs on a normal day. So now with the whole COVID situation and everybody logging into the internet, servers are under tremendous pressure, and these things happen a bit more frequently now.
We've been very fortunate with the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Let's hope it's only a small blip for our first game tonight. But just to show you how skillful and adept these players are, these guys are used to lags, they're used to streaming issues. And as we saw, I think yesterday, Brotherhood VN said they were having some connection issues in that game that they really struggled in yesterday. They found a way to win. The great teams can even overcome connection issues, can't they?
Yes, and that's a skill on its own. Just to win a game while suffering lag is a skill on its own. The guys have to play their passes a lot quicker than they usually would do because of the lag. Their finishers also, they have to press the button slightly earlier. So they're fighting against all sorts of problems when you play against lag, basically.
Right, while we wait for the game to kick off, let me give you some shout-outs to the people watching all around the world. Raja Ahmed is with us. Mohammed Ikwan is with us. Fahmi Masbar. Mohammed Shukran is there. We've got the Sarawak Gaming Edition boys tuning in. FIFA Flashed. I tell you what, the Malaysians are out in force here. There's no question Malaysia are winning the battle on the Facebook comments page.
Well done, Malaysia.
Irfan as well. Ahmed, Harith. We've got Mohammed Azuddin is good to see you. Namir, Asfar. Listen, there's so many of you. Even for me, far too many to rattle through no matter how long the connection problems are. Jamie Graham is with us. Great to see people from watching all over the world. We've got Ayman Omar, Fizwan. Listen, fantastic response, and it's great to see you supporting us, bringing you this great content with the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Now, let me check with Youssef. Where are we at, Youssef, with match one? Let's go live to the Raja Mangala. It's Thailand against Malaysia. The War Elephants against the Rumah Malaya for the first game in the Group A stage of the 2020 One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Thailand will be in the blue. Malaysia will be in the yellow. As we go pitch side to the Raja Mangala and Nitin, a great atmosphere here. I don't think there's any empty seats there tonight. It's going to be Thailand playing left to right in this first half, and Malaysia playing right to left.
Yeah, going to be a very interesting game. Both teams playing a 4-3-3 formation, so I expect a lot of wide play.
Taudori, here's Vibram, who's next to neighbour. Woon team did the Thai national anthem so brilliantly.
It looks like they are suffering from a bit of lag, but it's not too bad at this point.
Yeah, it's good to see. You can see Thailand already showing their class, knocking it around. Here's Taidori, one of that Cat Nino contingent. Finds Alpha. Noon Kong. Noon Kong somehow gets it back to Alpha. Over the top it goes. And Malaysia should be able to get it away. But look at that, Thailand all over them. And Dewarns has got the ball in. They go to the area. And that was a really important challenge from the Malaysian Yuzwan, because it could have been a penalty if that had gone wrong, Nitin.
Yeah, there was actually sloppy play from the Malaysians, losing the ball in a dangerous position. It's the first 5 minutes, so nerves are bound to be there, but they've got to improve.
Fifido, the hat-trick. Well, not hero because Manok Gasak went out, but we know he can find the back of the net. Here's Raz. And Fiero was trying to get involved, but they've been dispossessed again. And Nanchanon, as the Thais start to try and pile the pressure on at the start of this first game of the night. Remember, we'll bring you two separate games here. This is the home fixture, the away fixtures to come. But it's not an aggregate score like the One Play Pro Club Challenge. It's self-contained matches. Each team plays each other home and away in the group stage. That's nice byline players. He managed to keep that in. How did he keep that in? It's in great skills. He maintained possession brilliant there and managed to find support in the shape of KSI.
Was a fantastic drag
back.
Oh,
he's onside, is he? Oh, he was offside. It looked too good to be true, and it was just as well for him the flag went up because he couldn't control it.
Yeah, both teams showing good attacking intent in this opening 11 minutes. It's nice to see both teams playing a high pressing as well. Promises to be an entertaining game.
Here's KSI again. I think he must be a KSI fan with that hand on it, don't you think?
It has to be. I'm a KSI fan too, and I think most people who started watching YouTube in the early days will be fans.
Great ball to Alfiero. Alfiero, can he get it back? He can. Can they finish? No, they can't. Noon Kong with a sensational block.
Yeah, great wing play by the Malaysians. They got in behind. A shame about the cross. Just couldn't find his own player.
Fifido. Oh, lovely work from Fifido, but one touch too many. And Nuk Ho Ho gets it away to Taidori. Well, the Malaysians coming into this game, we've only played 17 virtual minutes. And would you like to call a winner at this stage? Certainly not me. Here's DeWarns over to that far side. Can they take it first time they can? Can they get into the area? Not quite, but they'll win a corner. The first one of this game, and it goes to the War Elephants in blue of Thailand. Injury to Wu Yangping. That's a concern for the Thais, Nitin, their leading goal scorer.
No, don't worry, he'll recover, he'll be fine.
Well, let's hope so. Is it only a virtual injury, Nitin?
Yeah,
not a real one?
it's a fake thing, and players always recover.
Well, that's a relief for supporters of Thailand. Nanchanon. Dewarns. Oh, that's well watched by Fierro. Oh, that's nice step over as well. Rashan, though, gives it away. That's unforgivable when they've conceded possession inside their own half. And Taubury now, as we approach the halfway mark in this first half, it remains Thailand 0, Malaysia 0 in this Group A encounter in the 2020 One Play Sports C Nations Cup.
Yeah, both teams still trying to find their groove in this opening 22 minutes, but I won't say either team has it on top at the moment, but I'd have to say the Malaysians have had the better start.
Well, the Malaysians certainly looking threatening when they got to the final third, but Thailand, for me, winning the possession battle at the moment, and they're also, for me, Nitin, winning that midfield battle. They're having to contain that strong Thai midfield of Tadore, Dewarns, and look in, and that's just gone past, and that was built from midfield, Nitin, as they win their second corner.
Yeah, the striker found space in the box, got it shot away really quickly, but a great save by Zul to keep his side in it.
So the first meaningful save, and it comes from the tracksuit bottom wearing Zul. I'm not a fan of goalkeepers wearing tracksuit bottoms. There's no excuse for it, Nitin.
Yeah, I know. Again, pro clubs lets you customize your pro to whatever you want it to be. So this guy obviously has a liking.
If you
for
were playing in
track
goal
pants.
at pro club, would you wear tracksuit bottoms?
I wouldn't. So it's not very stylish, and I think
You're a stylish kind of guy,
You know
Nitin. We
me,
can
bro.
see that. We can see that. Tauduri. Here's Apollo. Dewarns. He's looked lively in the middle of the park. Dewarns couldn't find the through ball there. It's well picked out by Rivox. Rivox, who's the team manager, a.k.a. Amarul. Shout out to Amarul in Malaysia, who's managed these Malaysians brilliantly. Alfiero. They're certainly coming into it more, Nitin, aren't they? He's going to be onside there, but well watched by Nook Ho-Ho.
Yeah, definitely. We also got to keep in mind that these guys haven't played together all that often. They're usually from different teams, so
But the
this is
thing
the first time they're participating in a country format.
You say that for Malaysia, but obviously Thailand, that's 6 players from Cat Nino. They have got more familiarity than the Malaysians for sure, right?
Yeah, but even the other 5 players who are not from Cat Nino, those guys haven't played with these guys before, so it does take a bit of adjusting.
But let's make no mistake, now they know they're playing international level. These guys have been practicing for the build-up to this tournament, right? Once they've been selected, they'll be getting together along with their clubs. I mean, it's no different to normal football, is it? They'll all have set times where they've got to practice and play practice matches as a team.
Yeah, I'm sure they've done their hard work, and all of these players have plenty of experience, so it shouldn't take them too long to gel.
Rivox looking for an option. He finds one inside. Here's Faiz. This is good from the Malaysians. Here's Raz. Finds Fifido into the area, but he's crowded out, and Vibram brings it away. Now, Apollo. Dewarns. Not Ho-Ho. Vibram. Thailand's passing just that little bit crisper, isn't it? And that midfield battle is certainly being won by the Thais at the moment. But they get the shot away, and that's a sharp save from Izzul. Had to be on his guard there, Nitin. It was a half chance, but the keeper equal to it.
Yeah, I think 2 chances for Wu Yangping at this in this first half so far, and Zul has been up to both of them. So fair play to the keeper. He's had an excellent start, and he's kept one of the best strikers in the tournament at bay.
Fahmi goes go on Thailand on the Facebook comments section. Fahmi Masbar, go Thailand as well. Ratanin, FC Nanchanon 45, says he. We've got Ezar Irfan with us, Saigate as well. Santraj, Mohammed Amarul Kima. Great to see so many of you joining in the action here on One Play Sports tonight. Now, Malaysia should be able to get this clear. That was KSI, though, maybe dancing around a little bit too much. Got away with it, though, they get the goal kick.
Yeah, calm play from KSI there. Got a bit of luck in terms of the deflection not coming off him and going for a corner.
Over on that far side now. Razmaz to Rivox. Rivox becoming increasingly influential in this game for Malaysia. Here's Fifido. Haven't seen too much of him in the penalty area so far. That's where we know he can be lethal. Just the 2 minutes of time to be added on at the end of the first half. Can Malaysia make the breakthrough just before half-time? They're looking dangerous, but the cross is too close to the goalkeeper. And Lucky Boy, a.k.a. the keeper from Cat Nino, makes the save.
Yeah, fantastic reading by Lucky Boy. He actually knew exactly what was going to happen and brought his keeper out to gather that ball very confidently and calmly. So very even first half, I have to say.
It certainly was. I'm looking forward to seeing the stats because I thought that Thais just about edged it on possession. I thought their passing was more impressive, but you could say in the final third it was Malaysia that looked a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, I think Malaysia have been playing a little bit more direct, and the Thais have been focusing a bit more on the build-up play. But again, both sides haven't created any clear-cut chances. They've both managed to create chances, but that's not quite enough.
Can we have a look at the stats, please? That's what we want to see. And you can see it was Thailand that just edged the possession, 54% to 46. And that surprises me as well, Nitin. It didn't look like that in real time, but Thailand with 3 shots on goal, I should say, to Malaysia's just 1.
Yeah, Wu Yang Ping again with those 2 shots, and Zul did fantastically to keep his side 0-0.
And again, I think that's a reflection on the quality of the defending as much as anything. At this level, we're talking about elite pro club players here. You have to be special to break these defences down because they're incredibly well organised.
Yeah, definitely. And you also have to have that bit of luck. Maybe that pass comes into your feet right at the perfect angle for your preferred foot, either your left or your right, and then you place it into the corners.
Remember, LSFC, like, share, follow, comment as we start the second half with Malaysia in the yellow-black shorts playing from left to right, and a mistake early on from the Malaysians to concede possession at the halfway line. Thailand in the blue playing from right to left, and it's Thailand again finishing the first half with the possession dominance, and they're starting with a possession dominance in the second half as well. Here's Top Beat.
Yeah,
Vibran with a mistake. Now the Malaysians have been let in. Vibran, a very mistake from him, and just like a quality player, he recovers and makes up for it.
That's the problem with playing too many passes at the back. Eventually, one of them is gonna go astray, and you're gonna give the team you're playing against a chance to counter-attack.
Here's Rivox to Raz. Malaysia has got away from his man here on this near side. Fifido, one touch too many. He didn't read that, did he, Nitin? He had more space than he thought. He didn't need to make that turn, but Thailand all of a sudden beginning to get flustered. Malaysia have up to the gear in the midfield in the second half, Nitin.
Yeah, definitely. And Fifido
is onside.
Oh, they've got a chance here.
And the shot came through, and somehow Thailand survived. It was Fifido who got it to Fierro, I think it was, but the shot was blocked. The keeper didn't have to make a save, and De Warren's up the other end. Business starting to pick up here, Nitin.
Yeah, definitely. Both sides, I think, felt each other out in that first half, and they're ready to give it a much better go in terms of the attack in the second half.
Ex-Bucky. So Fierro, who linked up moments ago with Fifido. Here's Raz. Oh, Raz is dispossessed easily by the main man. Login to KH, who we heard speaking to our man in Thailand, Toz, in our 10 p.m. preview show. We're going to endeavour to bring you a 10 p.m. preview show. That's Singapore time, an hour before the actual game starts throughout the course of this tournament. Here's a dangerous set piece for Malaysia. We're yet to get the breakthrough. Is it going to come 56 minutes in? Here's Ex-Bucky. Ex-Bucky tries to find the man in the middle, but Nuk Ho Ho does enough to put the Malaysians off their stride, and they'll have to make do with the throw.
Yeah, wasted set piece, but it's always hard from there to put a cross in.
Well,
it's hard to get the angles right.
Get the impression over the 2 games, goals are going to be at the premium. Has this got the look of a game that can be decided by a single goal to you, Nitin?
Yes, definitely. Both sides have very good structures, offensively and defensively, and I hope to see goals. Of course, I think we've got quite a number of people viewing and commenting today, so a goal fest would be nice.
Ezar says Malaysia can win this game. The Malaysians are out in force on the Facebook comment section supporting. We've got some Thai fans as well. Great to have Try Crack Hajong Kitty. I hope I got that name correct for you, Try. He's saying Thailand, go, go, go. And they're going now. Here's Login 2KTH. What a pass to Warnes. Squares it.
They've got it.
To the Thais. And who else but Wo Yang Ping, the 5-goal hero from the round of 32 in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, has scored the first of a goal in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. And who else but Wo Yang Ping? With 28 minutes to go, it's Malaysia 0, Thailand 1.
It's a fantastic build-up overall. They got the spare man down the right. That guy managed to find the perfect cross to Wu Yang Ping. And as we've seen in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, this guy doesn't miss. One chance, one goal, a simple tap-in, but that's what all good strikers do.
Sensational finish. And what about the build-up play from De Warnes as well?
It was fantastic. Again, overloading on the right. They got the spare man on the right, and the winger found the cross perfectly.
Here's KSI. Find support. The Malaysians need to get back into this. They've still got time. 24 virtual minutes equates to what, about 2 minutes in real time. There's enough time left in this game. Probably a bit more than 2 minutes, actually, when you account for the stoppage time that will feature at the end of the 90 minutes. But just lethal, Wu Yang Ping. And when you've got a goal scorer like that, that's why I think Wu Yang Ping's a big reason why they're favourites. They're always going to be able to score goals, even when they're not being allowed to play their expressive kind of football, thanks to the organisation of Malaysia.
Yeah, we've seen him score goals from everywhere, so Wu Yang Ping is definitely a huge threat, and the other countries should take note. He's
being immense, isn't he, the Thai player manager? Login 2KH.
Oh, he's through again, Wu Yang Ping.
Oh, what a tackle that is. What a tackle that is from Diane Kita Kita.
Fantastic stuff.
Diane, one of the Kita Kita boys, Kita Kita, who we saw featured in the round of 32 they went out to the Moon of Thailand, who play La Rojak in our first round of 16 game on Saturday live on One Play Sports. We're basically with you with live Pro Club action on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, where we're approaching the round of 16, and then Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays for this One Play Sports C Nations Cup. 6 nights a week, FIFA action. Here's De Warnes, creator of the first goal. Couldn't get past KSI on that occasion. Malaysia just over 15 virtual minutes to level this up. At the moment, the 3 points will take Thailand to the top of Group A.
Yeah, I've got to say something about the Thais' first touch passing. Everything's done so quickly. The Malaysians don't have much time to press or reset. So if you're watching this and you want to figure out how to play the game well, please use your first touch passes as often as you can.
It's just that midfield triangle, isn't it? Or the midfield diamond, I should say, of Tadore, De Warnes, log into KH. They're just too strong at the moment. That little triangle passing that they're implementing. And a shout out for the defence as well. Noon Koho has hardly been beaten all game.
Yeah, both teams have done well defensively.
Oh, here he's again, Nitin, sorry to interrupt, because Wu Yang Ping goes to the edge of the area. But he just tried to walk through Yuzwan there, and that was never going to happen.
Yeah, Yuzwan, a good strong build, no chance that was going to happen.
De Warnes, he runs into Diane, the Kitty Cataman. They're giving it away now.
8
Malaysia
minutes left.
Yeah, go with Razhaz to Rivox. Malaysia, can they fashion one last opportunity to steal a point here? I think the Thais, to a certain extent, might have put the cue in the rack now, probably trying to play this out and take the 3 points before they go to Malaysia and the Bukit Jalil Stadium in a couple of minutes. That was well headed away by the Thai defence, that cross. They just look comfortable, Thailand, don't they, Nitin? They've never looked really overstretched. Even when Malaysia have had ball in the final third, they've never looked overstretched, the Thais, as Faifido comes forward. And that's been their problem. Faifido's having to drop far too deep at the moment to affect play.
Yep, the Thais have got their shape down really well, and the Malaysians need to do a little bit better. I don't think they've created enough clear-cut chances in the second half.
Logging to KH, does well, does really well in fact. And here's that man, Nachanon. De Warnes waits in the box, as does Wu Yang Ping.
Great
Lovely
play.
pass from De Warnes. Where's Wu Yang Ping? He's not there. And look where Faifido is now, Nitin. He's almost playing at fullback. And that just goes to show how much respect they're playing the Thais, and they've got to as well.
Yeah, definitely, and it's good to see Faifido there. It shows that he's a player who doesn't just focus on the attack. He helps his team out in the defensive areas as well.
Just the 2 minutes of time added on. Malaysia are
they've
not
given the
going to
ball
be
away
getting this,
here.
surely. Handball was that? No. Noon Ho. Who else has been brilliant?
He's been awesome, Nook. A fantastic right back. Earlier we saw him made a last-minute heading clearance, and we've seen him there again in action.
So the 3 points go to the War Elephants. Thailand make a winning start to Group A in the 2020 One Play Sports C Nations Cup, and it's that man, Wu Yang Ping. 5 goals already after 2 games in the One Play Pro Club Challenge. He's now 1 goal in 1 game in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, and the points take Thailand to the top of Group A, if only for the next 15 minutes, because of course, don't go anywhere. We're heading straight to Bukit Jalil in just a couple of moments' time for the return fixture. Thailand, on balance for you, deserved it, Nitin?
Yeah, good composed play by Thailand. Malaysia can be disappointed with the loss. I think a draw would have been a fairer result considering the amount of chances that were created in that game. Not many chances, and Wu Yang Ping again, 1 chance, 1 goal. That guy's a machine.
Let's see if we can get to look at that goal again. I hope we can with the highlights that are coming up. And as you can see, Wu Yang Ping, we're going to go to that bottom right. A couple of good saves as well, but this was the moment of the game I think we're going to see from Wu Yang Ping. Or are we going to see the whole match highlights?
I think we're going to see the whole match
highlights,
highlights.
which is even better. And talk us through the start made by Thailand in that first half.
Yeah, but again, Wu Yang Ping finding himself in space, got a shot away quickly, but Zul was there, fingertip save past the post. Great stuff by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Zul with a decent save there. Didn't play for a club, I don't believe, in the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Seen some great goalkeeping performances in that competition, by the way. Absolutely sensational stuff. I mean, clear-cut chances were thin on the ground. That was really the best save we saw. The goalkeepers weren't called into action that often. Keeper was called into action here, lucky boy.
I think it's the goal, Wu Yang Ping.
Yeah, and couldn't get there. Wu Yang Ping, that's a typical poacher's goal. And that was a carbon copy of a move they tried a couple of minutes previously.
Yep, I think this time Wu Yang Ping made the run across the defender to the near post, and he was there.
Look at that blood and guts defending. You can see the Leicester City Stadium substituting for the Raja Mangala. It's all a bit of fun, isn't it, this One Play Sports C Nations Cup. It's great to have you with us. What time is it in Singapore now? Coming up to 25 minutes to midnight. Wherever you're watching around the world, you're very welcome. Don't forget to LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. The Facebook page is being absolutely inundated today. Harith Iskander is with us. So many of you wanting to be a part of this historical game, and Amaral Dakos as well. And he's saying here, Masukan late hat-trick. Trust me, he says. He thinks there's going to be a hat-trick for Malaysia in this game now, as the Malaysians have home advantage. And for the benefit, we talk about this quite a lot on the One Play Pro Club Challenge, for the benefit of those watching for the first time, can they expect any inbuilt advantage when they have the home fixture now, Malaysia, to try and get the 3 points back off Thailand?
No, I used to believe that there was an inbuilt home advantage, but after almost the end of the first round of the One Play Pro Club Challenge, there's no such thing. The home teams have faced significant disadvantages as well. So I don't think there's such a thing as a home favoritism.
Okay, well, that's not good news for the Malaysians. Give the Malaysians watching some good news. How can they find a way to get past that stout Thai defence? You think they've got it in them to take at least a point in this second game
definitely.
of the Group
You know
A
what?
stage?
I'm rooting for the Malaysians in this second game. I want both teams to have 3 points and make the group even closer. If Thailand get the win, there'll be 6 points. They'll have 6 points in the bag, and it may not be as even, the group. I want the group to be as even as possible right till the end, so we give our spectators all the fun.
All the fun of the fair.
All the fun
a
and the stress.
Singaporean rooting for a Malaysian. That's the kind of love you get here.
I'm half Malaysian, Dad's Malaysian.
I didn't know that. So who are you supporting in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup then?
Singapore.
What about you, the Malaysian half?
Also Malaysia, they're my closet team.
So you want Singapore to beat Malaysia on penalties in the final? Would that be ideal?
Yeah. That'd be nice. I take that.
We're waiting to go to Bukit Jalil for the second game of this Group A stage in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. But while we have this couple of moments to spare, let me tell you about the great strand of programming that we're doing during this COVID crisis with our dear friends at Sport Singapore. And that's one of the reasons, by the way, that we're lucky enough to be able to use this studio during these circuit breaker circumstances to bring you this coverage, because these great facilities here at Pixel Studios at One North in Singapore's Media District, throughout the day, Monday to Friday, we've got a great team of sports ambassadors from Sports Singapore alongside our very own Duncan Elias, creating content to keep you occupied and entertained, we hope, wherever you are in the world. Obviously, they're made with Singaporeans in mind, but they're accessible to everyone on the One Play Sports page. If you've got elderly folks at home and you want them to do a bit of exercise and try and keep them active while they're unfortunately having to stay at home, we've got First Light, which is a exercise program for seniors. Rise and Shine follows that at 8:30. That's a bit more strenuous. That's the kind of exercise that me and Nitin like to do. Or are we more of a First Light kind of guy?
I think I'm more of a First Light kind of guy. The stuff from
Rise and
8:30,
Shine.
Rise and Shine
Yeah.
is a bit more for the intermediate level. I'm a beginner in fitness.
And at 10 a.m. we bring you the morning show with Kelly and Barbara, and the question everyone wants answering: who is your favourite Latimer? Is it Kelly or Barbara? I'm in the Babs Latimer camp, unashamedly. Nitin, which camp are you in?
You know what? I've been going neutral all the way. I'm going to go Kelly this time because you've gone for Barbs and I'll go for Kelly.
That's how we're being a bit political on the show. Love it. Then we've got the afternoon stretch. If you've had your lunch and you want to unwind, do a bit of yoga, something light exercise, the afternoon stretch does that for you to keep your afternoon off perfectly. 3 times a week, watch your cooking. We've got a great celebrity chef, Ben, who's cooking up all kinds of treats. And we're lucky enough when we come in to work on the production of the One Play Sports FIFA coverage to be able to taste some of those delectable delights. There's been some great dishes made.
Yeah, I think my favorite has to be the chicken biryani that was made. It's apparently a healthy chicken biryani and it tasted like your
Was
normal...
it healthy?
It's supposed to be healthy. It's what the...
Did you go on the scales after you'd
It's
eaten
what
it?
the athletes eat. Yeah, I think I lost 2 kilos after the...
By
the
eating
chicken.
some chicken.
By
You managed to lose 2
biryani.
kilograms by eating chicken
Exactly.
biryani.
That's magic.
You're a scientific wonder.
Ben Logan's a magician.
You couldn't knock up a vaccine for COVID, could you? Then we'll all be okay.
I have one in my pocket.
Don't joke about that, crikey. I started it, though, to be fair. Then in the evenings, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, John Leong and Duncan Elias, our very own Duncan, bring you their evening show, all kinds of fun and games, japes and festivities. I was about to say hostilities, but they get on really well. It's not hostilities. And that's 3 nights a week for you. And that, I believe, is 9 to 9:30, isn't it, in the evening on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Correct.
But we are biased, and of course, our favourite thing is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, One Play Sports every night, 11 p.m. bar Monday, Singapore
6 days
time,
a week.
GMT +8, bring you FIFA Pro Club action Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. It's the One Play Pro Club Challenge. We've got our final game in the round of 32 in that tomorrow night. That is the worst generation of Malaysia, one of the favourites to lift the title, up against their fellow Malaysians, Kerapek VFC. And then on Saturday, we move to the round of 16 stage, and that's a great one to look forward to. I think it's Thailand against Singapore, isn't it? To the moon against La Rojak.
You know, every team that's qualified for the round of 16 has deserved their place. We've seen some fantastic action in the round of 32, and I'm expecting that action to get even better with the lousier teams knocked out. We now have progressed to the teams that are aiming for the title.
Mohamed Hafiz says, go Dian, the centre-back of Malaysia. He's got lots of fans, by the way, Dian, the player from Kita Kata. I always call them Kitty
Kita
Kitty.
Kita.
Here, Kitty. It's
Kita
Kitty
Kita.
Kata. Harith Askand is with us. Abu is with us. Mohamed Hafiz, lots of Malaysians. I tell you what, if the goals were awarded for support on the Facebook comment section, Malaysia would be 7-0 up here.
All right.
Lovely stuff. And everyone's enjoying it. Thanks, Ayman. Now, I'm not really down on the kids, but Ayman Roshizam says, whoa, this is dope.
Oh,
Dope's
thanks,
a
Simon.
good thing, right?
Dope's always a good thing.
Here we go again. How are we doing? Moving swiftly on. Can we get to Bukit Jalil before we get ourselves into even more trouble? No, I think there may be some team changes coming. The fact there's a delay makes me believe that Malaysia might be making a couple of changes. Could that be what it is?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think they should consider playing two strikers up front. The 4-3-3 didn't really work for them. There's now the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow might work for them. I know a lot of Malaysian teams use that formation, so it could be a formation to turn to.
How's your Malay? Because
It's not bad.
Ali Abu says, I'm frightened to read this in case people are stitching me up
pass
with
it to me
rude
then.
words. It's Baik Botak.
Baik botak means, he said, good job. Botak is you're bald. So he said, good job, baldy.
I'm not bald.
Direct
I just
translation.
like having my hair cut short.
Baik
Who's the one
botak.
bald? He's called me Botak. What's all that about?
It's okay. You know, we had the famous food chain Botak Jones. It's not necessarily a bad term.
Okay, I'll take it as a compliment, I think.
It is.
Ayman says, Malaysia are the best. Well, Ayman, I've got news for you, pal. They ain't at the moment, are they? You lost the
They
first
lost
game against
1-0.
Thailand. Your strikers need to get their shooting boots on. And speaking of that, how can they get Fifido more involved in the game? Manok Gasak, an incredible match that they lost 6-2 in aggregate after that 3-3 first leg when we saw a hat-trick from Fifido in that game. But he's been having to play too deep. He's almost trying too hard, I fancy, and not really putting himself where he can do most damage in the penalty area.
Yep, the Thais were dominating possession in that first game, and that doesn't help the wingers. They have to come back and track back their fellow wingers on the other team. So Fifido, if his team gets more possession, you see him more in attacking areas, and hopefully he'll make the difference.
Just checking the time, it's coming up to midnight Singapore time, and the great news is we go from the One Play Sports headquarters here in the heart of Singapore to the Bukit Jalil Stadium in Malaysia for the second match of the night, the return fixture between Malaysia and Thailand. Can the Malaysians get revenge on the War Elephants after Wu Yang Ping's second half goal sent the 3 points to Thailand in the first game?
Good luck, guys.
Thailand are going to be playing in red here. Malaysia are going to be playing in blue.
right.
The Thais playing from left to right in the first half. Malaysia in the red playing from right to left. I wonder if the change in shirt colour will see a change in fortune for the Malaysians.
I hope so. Again, I want to see the groups go as tight as they can, and a win for Malaysia here would make my dream come true.
Here's Afiero. Afiero to Razhaks. Here's Rybox, Thailand just looking really strong at the start of this first half. 5 minutes in and they get to the byline with Afiero. He's found some space for Afiq, gets a cross in and Taidori was involved there. As Malaysia tried to turn on the style at the start of this second game, knitted.
Yep, a nice positive start by the Malaysians. Definitely looking for the win here, and I hope they get it.
Here's Nanshanon. Login 2KH has been an absolute rock, the Thai captain. De Warnes created the first goal, remember, for Wu Yang Ping. Login again. I think that's a new player over on that far side, unless I'm mistaken, Nitin. I'm just looking at the avatar there to see if it's a change. Obviously, Thailand, one of the countries that they did fear would have connection issues during this busy COVID-19 problem. But Malaysia now hand it straight back to the Thais. Taudori fans, Wu Yang Ping. Wu Yang Ping and Dian, the man that's got lots of fans on Facebook, gets it clear.
Yeah, he wastes no time there. Wu Yang Ping took the the first touch with his fake shot and almost got the shot away. So great stuff by Woo Young Ping.
Nanchanon, look at this from the Thais now. Over on that far side, the cross comes in. And Raz Haks had to be at his liveliest there as ex-Bucky. With a dangerous ball that they get away with. And Raz Haks now can try and get a Malaysian move going. The Thais so well organised though, Nitin.
Oh, he's through though. Oh, great covering by Vibram.
Vibram. Sensational stuff from Vibram.
Yeah, the Thai teams looks really structured and it's very impressive.
Woo Young Ping. Oh, look at Woo Young Ping. He just looks like all great footballers in real football look like they've got the extra half second on the ball, haven't they? And he's the same. Never looks flustered, always looks in control. And we've played a virtual quarter of an hour here at the Bukit Jalil, and it's still Malaysia 0, Thailand 0. Remember, as it stands, Thailand will top the group after the first night's action with 4 points. If it stays like this, Malaysia will get just the 1 point on the board. And I suppose in terms of wanting to make sure you qualify for the semi-finals, losing these 2 games would pile on the pressure for Malaysia when they take on their next group game, which incidentally is against Vietnam, which won't be easy. That's on Sunday the 17th of May.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get points on the board as quickly as you can to qualify from these groups.
They really need, across this match and the 2 games against Vietnam, I fancy, 4 points minimum.
Yeah, definitely. You would consider Vietnam as the third best team in the group, so if they don't get points against Vietnam, they will be in serious trouble of getting knocked out.
I think Vietnam have got a point to prove. They're very unhappy that they weren't seeded ahead of Indonesia, who got a seeding in this competition.
Fair enough. Their track record in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, they've got 4 teams who participated. 3 of them made it into the round of 16, so they've got lots of quality, and it's a bit strange that they weren't seeded.
Malaysia, they're enjoying possession. Now what's happened here? There seems to be a delay as they take the free kick. Nice delivery as well. There was a runner coming in. I think it was Alfiero.
Yeah,
Thailand once more stand firm.
They got the angles right, they got the delivery right, but the defender was just there to intercept.
Amaral says, come on, Lalasuki, do something. RTM are with us. The RTM Sports News Facebook page says, come on, Malaysia. They're not lacking in support, Malaysia, but they're lacking in goals. And partly due to that man, Nuke Ho-Ho has been sensational at the back. There have been so many standout performances from the Thais through the first 115 minutes of action tonight, Nitin.
Yeah, I love to see how they're so calm in possession. Earlier, I gave them a bit of stick for it because they lost the ball in a dangerous area. But other than that, since then, they've just controlled the game to the T.
Vibram, top B, over on that far side. That midfield battle, so crucial for me that Malaysia try and establish themselves more in midfield to try and do things like that. That's what they need to do more of, Nitin. Break down the Thai moves inside their own half and get the ball into the area. Here's Alfiezi. Can he find support? Pulls it back.
Oh, good save.
What a save from Lucky Boy. And he kept Malaysia out once more.
Lucky Boy is a lucky boy there. That shot came in super fast at him, and he was in the right position to make the save.
Meanwhile, De Warnes tries to find it through, but that was good defending from Yuzwan, the centre-back of Malaysia. More promising, though, from the boys in blue.
Yep, that's their first clear-cut chance created over the 2 legs, so lots of positives to take from that, and hopefully they can create more.
Lucky Boy was under pressure there. Harry Malaya is what the cry is on the Facebook comments page. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. The War Elephants at the moment looking for an unbeaten start to this competition. What really will make the group interesting, of course, if Malaysia can win this and the points are shared, that could potentially leave the door open for a shock later in the competition.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I want the groups to go down right to the final fixtures, and the only way that happens is if teams drop points.
Vibram, De Warnes, log in, 2KTH, De Warnes, he's been brilliant, De Warnes. Nanchanon looking for Woo Young Ping.
Oh, great
Woo Young Ping, straight at the keeper.
Found a bit of space in the box. Woo Young Ping with a fake shot, took it past the defender. But great save again by Zul.
I want to get confirmation from Yusuf. Is that a change in goal for Malaysia? I don't think that's Izul in goal. There is a change in goal, so a new goalkeeper for Malaysia for this second game. Here's Taudori.
No, for fans, casual fans who are watching this and wondering why aren't Malaysia pressing? They are pressing, it's just that the Thais are so good in possession. Whenever the Malaysians outnumber them, they just switch sides.
That's the Ankatsuki goalkeeper, by the way, from the One Play Pro Club Challenge that's now between the sticks for the Malaysians. Here's Alfazi trying to find Fiero, but nothing doing. Malaysia, though, certainly for me, enjoying the best of this first half, Nitin, but can they find the breakthrough?
Yeah, in terms of chances, I think they've created the best chance of the half.
Oh, here's ex-Bucky. Ex-Bucky manages to get it into the penalty area. Could a Malaysian get on the end of it? The answer is no, and it looks like we're booked for half-time. Goalless, or are we? Because ex-Bucky's into the area with the cross, and the keeper does well. Lucky Boy again to the Thais' rescue. What have they got to do to get past that man in goal of Thailand?
Lucky Bai has got fantastic timing in terms of coming off for crosses, as we saw in the first leg. He's done it again.
Taudori gets it to the Warns. Wu Yang Ping, he's an absolute class operating it in. I mean, for someone that's relatively inexperienced at FIFA like myself, even watching it to the untrained eye, Wu Yang Ping just looks a class apart most of the players.
Yeah, he reminds me of Robert Lewandowski. I think the way he plays, he's fantastic in the build-up and
great hold-up play
there.
as well.
Yeah, great, always
great
there to get the finish.
play. That's a great analogy, Nitin. That's why you're sat there as the #1 pundit, the man that put the E into esports, the godfather of gaming, the notorious Nitin Nambiar, continuing to bring you great analysis on our One Play. It's all right, mate. You can pay me later. One Play Sports C Nations Cup, where at half-time in the second game of the night, Malaysia are currently without a goal still. Thailand, remember, if you're just joining us, taking the first match by a 1-0 at the Raja Mangala here at the Bukit Jalil, Malaysia. Really need to do more. And again, very similar to the first game. To the naked eye, it looked like Malaysia bossed it, but the stats tell a different story.
Yeah, in FIFA, when you get two sides of similar quality, and we have that today with Malaysia and Thailand, the games are usually quite tight, and it's not surprising to see.
Right, checking these Facebook comments. So I don't mean to be rude putting my head down, but I want to give you
as
many of you as a mention as I can, because you're being good enough to comment on the Facebook page and get involved. We've got Adian with us, Abu Hazaira, Fahmi Masbar. So many people being involved. Mohammed Hafiz says, steady Malaysia. Steady Malaysia, he says. Well, they can't really be steady. They've got to be spectacular in the second half if they want to get the 3 points. It's Malaysia in the blue playing from right to left, Thailand in the red playing from left to right. There's Top B, Vibram, Taudori, Apollo, Nook Ho Ho, who's been, for me, the standout in that back line of Thailand.
Yeah, I agree. I think him, the keeper, Lucky Boy and Vibram have been solid at the back for their sides. No goals conceded says a lot.
And they could be about to score one themselves, because Taudori's played in Nachidon. And I thought for a minute they were going to pick out Wu Yang Ping, and if they'd have picked out Wu Yang Ping, there would only have been one outcome. First corner. I think the first corner of this second game, isn't it, Nitin? And we've had to wait to the 50th minute to get it. Corner comes in.
Oh, good header, Wu Yang Ping!
Wu Yang Ping again! And that was good goalkeeping. And that's Abi in goal. The Ankatsuki goalkeeper comes to Malaysia's rescue with Wu Yang Ping lurking.
Wu Yang Ping is so dangerous. The keeper's got to be on his toes all the time.
Look at this. Lalazuki, the Malaysians with a very quick counter. Taudori. Business is picking up. The pace of this game noticeably picking up at the start of this second half. Here's the Warns.
The game's definitely opening up in the second half. Great to see.
Azza Asman says the comeback is real.
I hope so, Azza.
Not quite yet, though. Ex-Bucky plays it through to Afzari. Oh, Taudori, how strong was he there in the challenge? And the Thais now beginning to try and exploit the spaces that the Malaysians, who are pushing high up the pitch, are starting to leave. That's a nice ball through to De Warns. He was looking for Wu Yang Ping, but for once the De Warns ball wasn't pitch perfect.
Yeah, the Thais are really good at finding players in between the lines, and it's really fantastic to see.
Down this right-hand side they come now. Malaysia into the area and headed away once more by Thailand. Here's Maxi. Log in. Taudori. They've got numbers forward here, Thailand, if they can find them. They go for the spectacular cross-field pass, and they find Nachinon. Wu Yang Ping waits in the middle. Nachinon to the byline, and they'll get another corner. There was nothing much else KSI could do then, Nitin.
Yeah, good defending by KSI, and again, a wonderful switch of play from, what's his name? Mr. Taudori.
Taudori and De Warns have been very impressive. Taudori in that central defensive midfield role. Here's RZX, or RZS I should say, the right back of Thailand. Ryvox couldn't keep that in. It'll be a throw to the Thais, who will be in no hurry now. It's a little bit too early to start thinking about running down the clock, but they won't be in a rush to do anything. The name of the game for Thailand for these remaining 25 minutes is going to be keep possession. If Malaysia don't have the ball, they can't score.
Exactly, 4 points in the first two games. It's a fantastic start against the toughest opponents in the group.
Here's some space for Layla, but he runs into that wall that is logging 2TKH.
Oh,
but ex-Bucky with a brilliant play. And look at that takedown from Taudori. Where did he get those skills from, Nitin? They are skills to pay the bills.
No, it's fantastic to see a central defensive midfielder with his passing ability and also at the same time keeping his defensive shape. The guy's a fantastic player.
Logging 2KTH. Apollo, Rashaks, if they concede now, Malaysia, they ain't coming back from this, I fancy. They've just got to get that one goal. Just the one goal tonight, scored by who else? Wu Yang Ping in the 55th minute of the first game. And that at the moment is sending Thailand to the top of Group A tonight. Wu Yang Ping, look at the skills again. Nachanon, Wu Yang Ping. Look for the return, couldn't get it, and the Malaysians now can break, but that pass was sloppy, and login 2KTH didn't need a second invitation. Wu Yang Ping now to the edge of the area. Still Wu Yang Ping to win the free kick, and I fancy a strike on goals ahoy here. Alfiero goes into the book, but we get 2 yellow cards through the group stage. You get a 1-game suspension, by the way. So Alfiero on a yellow.
He's got to be careful, Alfiero. And again, great play by Wu Yang Ping.
And that's their problem, Nitin. Alfiero, like Fifido, strikers having to drop that far deep.
It's gone for goal, Wu Yang Ping.
Fancied he'd go for the shot there, but it was never going to trouble Azzy in goal for Malaysia, was it, Nitin, at that trajectory?
Yeah, it was way off, to be honest. He'd be disappointed with that effort, Wu Yang Ping.
Inside the final 20 minutes we go. It's still in the second game of the night. Malaysia 0, Thailand 0. As it stands, Thailand topping Group A with 4 points and 2 clean sheets as well. Look at that work from Dayan at centre-back for Malaysia.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Malaysians have kept the striker and the 2 wingers up top. They really want to get the win. They want to be able to hit Thailand on the counter-attack.
They've had to do so much work tracking back Alfiero and Fifido.
There you go.
Now,
just a bit too far.
Couldn't keep it in. And again, when you play FIFA, Nitin, I know obviously, I think we've talked about this before, 1 half equates to about 6 minutes of real time.
Yep.
On the virtual clock, what time do you start to panic when you think we're really running out of time here?
If I'm honest, as soon as I concede or my team need a goal, I panic.
Even after 2 minutes?
The entire game I'll be panicking, so that's just me though.
What a takedown from Nook Ho Ho. Still a little bit too early for man of the match, Nitin, but Nook Ho Ho's got to be a contender. He's been rock solid at left back.
Yeah, Nook Ho Ho, the keeper, Lucky Boy as well, they've both been awesome for the Thais. Defensively, they've been superb.
Into the final 10 virtual minutes we go, and Thailand have to make it happen. Malaysia being penned back inside their own half at the moment. They need something spectacular. They need to find a way through that solid Thai midfield. And can they find it down the right-hand side now? They managed to turn it inside to Rybox. Rybox has got lots of options ahead. Can he find one? Yes, he can. Rasak.
Oh, they've got a chance.
Yay! And Malaysia,
yes,
inside the final 10 minutes, have shattered the Thai dreams of being a top Group A on their lonesome. They're going to have company as Afizari comes up with the goal in the 83rd minute to make it Malaysia 1, Thailand 0 on the night. And it looks like at this stage, unless we get any more late drama, Nitin, the honours are going to be shared at the top of Group A this Wednesday night.
Yeah, fantastic stuff by the Malaysians. You know, they say perseverance pays, and the Malaysians have persevered. They keep trying, even though they haven't created as many clear-cut chances as they'd like. They finally got one, and Afizari put into the back of the net. Fantastic finish.
And that's the first goal that Lucky Boy, the Catlino goalkeeper, has conceded in 180, 270, 352 minutes of pro club football on this One Play Sports Network this season.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's had a fantastic 2 legs overall, but there was no stopping that finish by Afizari.
Afizari with a big goal for Malaysia. And now, of course, if you're watching this and you're from Vietnam or Brunei, you're thinking, well, now all of a sudden the 2 so-called unseeded teams, are we fancying if these 2 teams have split the points that they could cause one shock that could still yet qualify for them?
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Let's keep the groups as interesting as we can for as long as we can.
Well, Malaysia, they looked up against it. The Thais look cool, calm, collected, and in control. But as we approach time added on at the end of the virtual second half in this second game of the night, it's a huge response from Malaysia at Bukit Jalil after going down at the Rajamangala to Thailand. They look like they're going to take 3 points themselves, and they'll both be locked at the top of Group A, having both played one, both with 3 points, and with an absolute bang-level goal difference of 0.
Yeah, and they're doing what they need to do now and just scoring the victory.
And
the Harimaus have truly pounced right at the perfect moment.
What do you do with this free kick? Try and play it short, surely, just to run the clock
I'll keep
down.
the ball and just take the 3
short.
points. You know, there's no point taking any risks at this point.
Well, they do take a risk.
And they get a corner,
and
so
they
not
get a
too
corner, so that gamble done. That when this ball now goes dead,
I'll play it short now.
It will be full time. Now play it short and just let the referee blow the full time whistle.
Yep.
Surely they do just
Some
that.
skill moves.
The referee still, no, he blows for
It's
full
over.
time now, and the cheers go up around.
Well done,
Bukit
Malaysia.
Jalil, which tonight is Loftus Road, the ground of Queen's Park Rangers, as Malaysia. Well, the support on Facebook for them on the Facebook comment section was absolutely sensational, and that support has been rewarded with a late goal scored by a player I don't think he was on the pitch during the first game. Afiz inside the final 10 minutes, and that has given the Malaysians a crucial 3 points. It's finished here. Malaysia 1, Thailand 0.
Yeah, well-deserved victory for the Malaysians, I have to say. They've persevered for the whole 90 minutes in the Bukit Jalil Stadium today, and well-deserved.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to see some match highlights as well. I'd love to see that goal again because it takes something special to beat Lucky Boy. We're racing through the stats. And who's controlling this? The Malaysians are controlling this, are they? Or is it the Thais? Because whoever's controlling it
the home
doesn't
team
want to
from
see
Malaysia.
the stats.
Yeah, Malaysia.
Let's have a look at this then. The Malaysians weren't interested in the stats. They just want to see this goal again. And to be fair, they lived a little dangerously. That was Wu Yang Ping, not as effective in this second game. And that was really his best effort with that free kick that went over.
Yeah, but actually he had a few better efforts that the keeper was more than equal to. But this was the finish. This was the goal that gave Malaysia 3 points from Afizari. Fantastic left foot finish. Good first touch. Kept himself composed and finished it off with the left foot.
Afizari, that was something special, and it needed something special to get the Malaysians on the board. Really was impressive stuff. There we see the player ratings. Let's have a look at those if we can very quickly. Oh, they've gone to... No, there we go.
It's just scrolling through, I think.
Yeah, going through the formalities of the player ratings. And I think we'll probably leave it there, actually, in terms of the in-game coverage and come back to us live in the studio. It's finished here. Malaysia 1, Thailand 0. So we're back live in the One Play Sports eSports Spectrum. What a great start to the 2020 One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Honours even. And as you said at the start, Nitin, in terms of the competition as a whole, not obviously for Malaysia and Thailand who wanted to get 6 points, it really gives a glimmer of hope for not just Vietnam but Brunei as well, because you've seen with 6 points up for grabs every night, if you can grab 4 points from a match night, that's a huge result. 6 is obviously sensational. When you only take 3 each, you're leaving the door open for the other teams.
Exactly. So, in fact, if I was Brunei and Vietnam looking at that game earlier, I'd be confident. I think, hey, if we kept our shape and if we nicked the goal here and there, we'd be able to take on Malaysia and Thailand as well. So, 3 points for each team is the perfect start for Group A, in my opinion.
There's the table. Confirmed. They both played 3 points apiece. Rock solid at the top. Malaysia only top by virtue of the alphabet. But the tiebreakers, incidentally, as it happens, Thailand, in theory, the table is correct. But if it was to finish like that at the end of the group stage and we go to the tiebreaker, if the goal difference is the same, if the goal scored is the same, if the head-to-head is the same, as it isn't the case there, it goes down to disciplinary record. And Fifido is the only player, the Malaysian, to pick up a yellow card in that game. We'll get that checked, but I think that's correct.
I think Afuero also got a yellow. Afuero, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
So 2 of them?
2 of them, I think.
Well, maybe you might be right. Maybe I'm getting my Fifidos and my Afieros mixed up. But there was certainly 1 yellow card for Malaysia in there. Right, that's Group A done and dusted. The action comes thick and fast as promised. Nitin mentioned about Vietnam and Brunei looking at that game with interest. We'll come to them in a second. But first, less than 24 hours from now, it's the final game in the round of 32 in the One Play Pro Club Challenge. And it's an all-Malaysian affair. So if you're Malaysian and you enjoy the international game, what about taking in some club football? The worst generation, one of the favourites to go on and lift the title of One Play Pro Club champions, up against Kerapok VFC. And we've seen a couple of teams in this One Play Pro Club Challenge trying to sneak in under the radar by changing their team name, and that's the case with Kerapok, Nitin, I'm told.
Yep, they are actually a very famous team in the Southeast Asian pro club scene. They're called KL Dortmund, so a bit like the Shapeshifters, who are also known as the Bara Boys. These guys are doing things the hard way, and we'll see if it pays off for them.
I've got to say, Youssef, our dear friend from Virtual Pro Gaming, VPG, he's a devious so-and-so because he scheduled that game to be last. I reckon Youssef is thinking he's saving the best game to last in the round of 32. 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8, same time, same place, different surroundings. We'll go back to our comfortable One Play Pro Club Challenge home tomorrow. And then on Friday night, Group A resumes with Vietnam taking on Brunei. That's again right here on One Play Sports, live and exclusive, Friday the 8th of May, 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. Brunei against Vietnam. Will play the first match of the night in Brunei and then go to Vietnam in the second. There's a breaking news I'm being told. What's that breaking news, Youssef? Give it to me. Now, this is big breaking news.
What?
Now, Traitor Kid. Now, if you are a regular viewer here, you'll know that Traitor Kid performed miracles for Brotherhood VN yesterday to see them through, and he has been called up to play in goal for Vietnam. Now, believe me when I tell you, the things, and you can go back on the One Play Sports Facebook page to see this, go and look at the match highlights, go and look at the game again. That performance was sensational from that keeper, Traitor Kid, and we'll see him live tomorrow on a Friday night playing for Vietnam against Brunei.
He was fantastic. You know, yesterday I made a comment jokingly. I said I'm going to call up the Vietnam manager and ask him why this kid isn't in the team. And
Did you?
Today it happens. I didn't, but I may have in my, dreams or
what's
something.
Vietnamese for hello?
Hey, Xin Chao.
He's been practicing. I'll get him to polish that up for Friday when we have Vietnam and Brunei in the studio. And Brunei, of course, it's Selamat Patang.
Yep. And going back to that fixture,
Yeah.
it's a really good opportunity for both teams there to get 6 points and
Yeah.
put themselves top of the group.
Could be. We'll find out on Friday. And remember, even if you're not a gamer, this is something we're doing to bring all the communities together. Connecting communities, creating heroes here. That's the motto of One Play Sports. And it's something specifically we're doing with this One Play Sports C Nations Cup. And to that end, you can be part of the show yourself, as you saw with our brilliant renditions of the anthems. Many thanks once more to our Malaysian friends, the children of Izu, the Malaysian goalkeeper. That's Izara, Aisha, Izara, Arin and Aaron Faritz. They played the anthem for us brilliantly, and the Thai national anthem played brilliantly as well by Woon Team, who was the next door neighbour of Vibram, one of the Thai players. So +65 9721 7756 is the phone number. You need to WhatsApp those videos, film them in landscape on your phone, just play the national anthem out on YouTube, film yourself singing it, and be creative. Send them in to us. studio@oneplaysports.com is the email address, and we're looking for the national anthems, and you need to be from one of those 8 countries, and we will try and feature you on the show if you're good enough. And Nitin now is going home to practice his Majula Singapura.
Yeah, I know. I'm a loyal citizen, and I wake up every morning to the image of the Singapore flag rising, and I sing the national anthem.
How do you see the Singapore flag rise from where you
Just
live?
in my head, I just imagine it.
You've got a great imagination. That's what I love about you,
Thanks,
Nitin.
bro.
Nitin, as always, has been sensational. The notorious one, the godfather of gaming, the man that puts the E into esports. Many thanks for joining us. Gosh, goodness gracious, it's just gone midnight. We better go to bed because we're back here tomorrow for more One Play Pro Club Challenge action. And we'll see you back in this studio on Friday for the second game in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Stay safe, everyone.